Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and we are here. We're live Saturday debate show. Listen, 8 o'clock. We're always active in the building. I don't know why, guys, you can't hear the dramatic music. I don't know what YouTube are doing, but I don't know why it's not coming onto YouTube. I will try and fix that out, but listen, it is what it is. We're here. Hope you guys are good. Smash a like on the video straight away. That's the first thing you should be doing, really. You know what I mean? Before you do anything, smash that like button. Big up to the panel. We got man like Kaz in the building. Kaz, what are you telling me?
I just ate some spicy noodles, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to give myself a little treat after seeing the drought at Newcastle, man. No more 88th minute winners, man. It's drying up, man. Playing on a Bruno Gomes injury and the Joe Linton, man. I bring it on, man. That Carabao Cup's ours, man. After running back Southampton 2015, bring Ibra back, man. Why not? And Herrera, you need a new contract? Come back to the Old Trafford, man. Why not, man?
Right, one step at a time. One step at a time. We got Arsenal coming up. James, how are you, man? Everything all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You sounded a bit too much like Premsy. I think you've been spending too much time with him with that little chat with Kaz then. Honestly, you sounded identical to him. I'm all good, man. Big game tomorrow. Hugely looking forward to it. Massive test. But bring it on, man. Can't wait.
Absolutely. We've got a man like Corey in the building. Corey, what are you telling him? You good?
I'm good, man. I actually feel positive about this game tomorrow. I don't
know
why.
Because you're negative, bruv.
Nah, I just think logically sometimes. But I actually feel positive about this game. I think we can actually get a result, honestly. So yeah, man.
Nah, joking, Corey. It's all love, man.
Nah, that's what it's about, man. Feeling positive, man. You know what I mean? We'll have Danny coming in a bit as well to give his analysis. He'll be joining us soon. But yeah, man, listen, where do we start? Let's start with you, Kaz, man. Big game tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? We've had the hype, we've had the whole previews, listening to opposition fans. This is where we talk amongst us as United fans. Obviously, opposition fans are welcome to listen in and see how we're feeling. But we're here, man. Let's speak, man. Is this what we're saying tomorrow? Are you?
I'm feeling good, Say, man. Yeah, look, the pressure's building. It's getting hot. Look, it's so hot that James has to wear a V-neck. It's all good, man. It's getting hot in the building right now. Ready to collect some kryptonite in 3 points. Because you know what? When it comes to Arsenal's kryptonite, it's Man United. The counter-attacking play can be a thing, you know. Soak with the pressure, keep our shape, press against them, man. Pause. It is where it is. Like, I'm feeling good for tomorrow, man. You know what? Never
is
doubt
that you saying that, or is that?
No, you know what it is? Who am I to doubt this manager? Who am I? So every time there's been a lineup this season, we're thinking like, oh wait, why is he not playing like da? He's gone and won the game. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, I sound like I'm from Manny at the moment. Be hanging around with you guys too much, but it's just, you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Nah, it's been too much time down here, man. You're a Mancunian now. Don't worry. But yeah, man. Listen, I think James, do you share that optimism? I know you've been talking all the smoke this week, and that is a positive feeling from the manager like Kaz, or because we haven't got a great record at the Emirates. If I'm being honest, not once since 2017. It's not been a happy hunting ground. Where's your kind of feeling, your energy coming from for tomorrow?
All good energy, man. All positive energy. You think like 10 minutes against Palace is going to change my attitude and my mood? No chance. Like last season, right? We were clambering for Ten Hag. Everyone was like, get Ten Hag in. We got him. Everyone was like, back the manager, right? So we backed him all season and he's done incredibly well. We're in a much better position. And then all of a sudden we get a yellow card and they score a freak goal and we lose Casemiro for Arsenal and everyone's like, oh, we can't win now. Why are you not backing the manager? This manager's already beat Arsenal without Casemiro. He's already beat Arsenal without Luke Shaw. He beat them 3-1, mate. So tell me why you can't do it again. I'm sick of people like flip-flopping and saying, oh, we can't do this. Says who? I'm not having any of it, mate. Optimism all the way.
Even with their home record, the fact that they've got the additional...
Don't care. Sorry to go all Andy Tate, but don't care. Don't care.
I like the energy. Listen, we want to see that. We want to see that. Your full confidence is with the manager. You have that firm belief, and you know what? Who am I to kind of, you know what I mean, say that you shouldn't feel that way? You know what I mean? The kind of hesitancy from my part is that you have to respect Arsenal and the way they're playing this season. It's going to be a tough battle. But Corey, you know what I mean? This manager has proven against the top six. Tactically, he's up there with the best. Guardiola.
I was going to say that, and also I think it just changes the way we go up against Arsenal now. With Casemiro, it's going to be more possession based. Now, me personally, I just think it's a quick counter attack. Boom! How quick can we go on the counter attack and score it and score against them? That's the way I see it. So yeah, I think we're gonna get a win. I think we're winning.
You think so?
Anthony scoring as well.
I said that as well. I said that. I'm gonna
scoring.
back him on that one. I think he does as well, man. Does Zinchenko again?
I'm so confident. Them not haven't seen a Weghorst yet. They haven't seen a Weghorst up top yet. They haven't experienced that.
That's my weed horse, man. It's all good, man.
Now you know what it is though. I think the midfield battle will be the key thing for me. Obviously we don't have Casemiro, but you know what I mean, it's gonna be that's their strongest point for me. Their midfield three. That's where I think the game will be won or lost in. Are you guys confident in what we've got in Fred and Eriksen, in McTominay and Eriksen, the midfield dynamic that we have? Are you confident in that?
Oh hell no. Nah, I've already lost that battle. No chance. I have zero confidence in McFred and it or McEriksen or whatever you want to call it, or McFrudo. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not confident in none of them. I don't care about that. What I'm more confident in is my back line and where I think we can really hurt Arsenal. Because remember, they have no Jesus either. They do have Nketiah up front. I'm not being funny. I've got a World Cup winning pair of, centre backs there, and I'm meant to be afraid of Nketiah, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear it, innit? Yeah, he's played.
He's on form, though. He's on form, though.
Yeah. But look who they've been on form against. Tottenham. Don't give me that, man. Like, who was the one before that? I'm not trying to hear it either. I mean, they played against a depleted Brighton side. Like no McAllister, no Caicedo, and another. I don't care, man. Nah, I'm not in there. So Nketiah don't bother me. Where I'm bothered is about more time. Of course, is their midfield. It's Odegaard. The wingers, I think Luke Shaw and especially Aaron Wan-Bissaka can definitely silence what's his name, Martinelli. Yeah. I think he definitely can. With the pace of a run at the back there, cool. I don't mind that. So Luke Shaw on fire. So it'll be really good to see both England internationals go up against head-to-head Saka versus Shaw. See how we do that. But how can we cover Odegaard is my main concern. If you can't, if Fred's got to follow him everywhere, it's got to be Ander Herrera against Eden Hazard 2.0. That's how the way it's gonna have to be. Just keep following him.
Yeah, I get that, but the thing with Odegaard, I think it makes a bit more cleverer positions than De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne sometimes can show you a bit too much. Odegaard's pretty much more, I think, a little bit more intelligent off the ball than maybe De Bruyne. That's, I think, the way I see it.
I don't know about you, James, but I just feel like Odegaard, if you keep showing him onto his weaker foot, we might have something going on potentially. Just depends in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Danny in the building. Danny, everything all good, bro?
Yeah. Sorry I'm late, man. You know me, man. You need to come get me from Spaces sometimes, Saeed, did it?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in the Spaces and tell you to get out of there, man. Because I need to stop bullying people on Spaces. I know what you're doing there in them Spaces. Stop bullying people on there.
You saying that, Danny? You good, yeah?
Yeah. What have I stumbled upon? You man talking about KDB, Odegaard comparison.
Oh no.
No. We were talking about the Odegaard effect, and I said Odegaard's different to De Bruyne. It won't be as simple as what Fred was doing to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, I'm not saying it's too simplistic, but Odegaard's a little bit to his game right now. He's showing a lot more in his game. He can pick up different positions, and I think he can vacate different positions. What are you thinking in terms of, can we still do the same thing we did with De Bruyne? Can Fred do that still, same thing? Or are you thinking it'd be a bit more complex, Danny?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? So Odegaard will just line him up and drop the shoulder on him. That's all. Yeah. And Odegaard don't have to even beat you. He'll just drop the shoulder, create enough space to make a killer pass or open up the play. Whereas like Pep's forced KDB to float everywhere. Right, he's got other players that are gonna be more of a controller on the ball. Odegaard is their controller. That's where the big difference is. I'd be worried if Ten Hag gave Fred the same role in this game. I'll be honest.
Definitely. Big up to Man U winner says, in October, we said we are winning the league. Look where we are today. Not worried about Arsenal. We are winning the league tomorrow. It's just a step towards that. Relax all. Danny, chat to me. Tomorrow, how you feeling tomorrow? Big game. These lads are all confident. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a bit more kind of, let's respect Arsenal, and I think we could get a draw there. I'm not sure about the win. But again, I have full belief in the manager. Where's your feeling towards this game?
Yeah, I've always said, when I looked at the fixture list, I'm like, why is it we have to play Man City and Arsenal within within 19 games, exactly half of the season, and we're playing those two teams twice? It was the same thing when the Queen died, out of our control, they postponed the games. And then we had City immediately after when football comes. Like, the timing of this sucks. This team needs rhythm to build confidence. And so the timing of the game is not the best. That being said, I'll be honest, I'm not, with Casemiro out, and we have to be honest, Arsenal are the best team in the league. I've watched them a lot this season. They're the best team in the league in terms of performance level, patterns of play, playing to their strengths, defensively. They've been the best team. So when you're coming up against the best team and you're not at full strength, you can't be overconfident going into the game, right? Like, everything has gone wrong for us. Sancho ended up in the Netherlands. Anthony's form, he took 2 weeks off before the World Cup, and his form was declining anyway. Lisandro Martinez, I can see why he didn't play against City. He's not up to speed. He went to the World Cup, didn't play football. He's come back. He's not at the same level he was before the World Cup. Martial, is he fit? Is he not fit? Like, you get what I'm saying to you? Like, it's a tough task to go to the Emirates and expect the team just to go and slap them. It's going to be a difficult game. That's the reality. And I don't know what type of performance we're going to get from the players, but we need to be honest. They're the best team in the league. It's going to be a challenge to get a result there tomorrow.
Big up to 2001 says, those who remember can ascertain Phil Neville owned a Vieira in a 2-0 win in 2002. Call me mad, but I think Malacia could do a job midfield. Anything but McFred combo. Malacia in midfield? That's crazy.
What about Martinez in the CDM?
It's not something that you do right now. Not something that you kind of experiment right now. For me,
stop playing FIFA on real life, man. Stop it.
We haven't got a CDM that can nick the ball and then progress it quickly. Like, I don't see McTominay doing that. And if Fred's gonna, obviously, I don't know what role Fred's gonna be doing, but Fred won't have the time to occupy and do that because he's gonna be more focused on this one person he's probably gonna be following. So how are we gonna link our defense to our attack? Because our midfield is.
We just got to keep. I think we just got to keep playing them out into the wide spaces and let them cross the ball in. They don't have big men to go inside the box. They got Yashaka, yeah. I'm not scared of Nketiah in the air, Martinelli in the air, or nothing like that. Just keep forcing them. Like, if we can keep the shape inside and not just keep what we've been doing, the shape, keep them inside and making sure that we are more together. Force them out wide, let them whip the ball in and everything. Odegaard's gonna come inside regardless. If he wants to go wide, let him do that, man. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. I don't mind it because he's gonna have to cut inside and whip it because he's very one-footed anyways. So it is what it is. I think Scott McTominay is like for Xhaka, not in ability at the moment or form, but they're both robust. Both a bit stiff. So yeah, keep Fred, who's a bit more nippy, of course, on Odegaard, and then have Bruno might have to do a follow job on Partey, man. Disrupt his rhythm as much as possible. That's all I can really say, man. And then people don't like it. I didn't like in the past, but Bruno and them hero balls might have to be the thing. I'm sorry to say, but it might have to be. But
then you don't want to have a sustained pressure. You don't want a wave of attack. I don't think that.
But with the front three pace, if they're gonna get frustrated, Arsenal to go and wanting to get out the pitch and wanting to score, you're gonna see Ben White, Zinchenko, and do that kind of stuff. Zinchenko can't play inside and think he can play inverted role. What's the point? You're gonna dominate midfield anyway. So I hope he does play because it gives us space on the wing. Get your Garnacho starter. He's probably better off as an impact someone off the bench, but get your Garnachos. Just go front three and go for it, man. You can catch them 100%, man. And maybe that might have to be it. And that's, to me, that's the only game plan I can think of. Just don't have Bruno on the right wing because that's just playing into Zinchenko's hands. Please.
Yeah. Big up to Zayn Miassi.
So go on.
Yeah, big up to Zayn Miassi. Our first trophy is beating United's second trophy, winning the league. United always struggled at the Emirates. Why any different? And also, big up to Manu Winners says, what are you saying? Any support thinking we can wait for the title next year? Deluded. City, Newcastle, Liverpool will all be back. We need to claim the title now. Just listen, let's do step at a time. Nobody's obviously Arsenal league leaders right now. Right now, United are not in a title race. We're just kind of doing our thing right now, building up again, win after win, and we'll see. Right now,
you saying that in Ollie's second season, Saeed? Huh?
Sorry?
Were you saying that in Ollie's second season?
Listen, Ollie. Listen, I don't know, man, because I didn't really believe in Ollie would win the league under Ollie. I didn't really believe
No,
it.
but we did. I swear the narrative was, well, you're in the position, so we have to go and challenge.
Not really. I don't think that was the
just messing
consensus
with you,
at that
messing
time.
with you.
Yeah. This guy's trying it, you know. Guys, nearly 600 in the
bait
chat.
you into something.
Yeah.
We're in a title race, though. Don't be shook. We're in a title race.
Listen, it is what it is.
Big up to everybody who's
locked in. Big up to everyone who's locked in. There's over 600 of you in the chat. Please smash a like on the video, people. I appreciate if you do that. Or everyone smash a like on the video. Corey, you was going to say something then. I interrupted you. What was you going to say?
Yeah, I just think I can't lie. I've got to have Rashford on the left wing against Ben White. I think he just loves playing against Ben White. Always ripping the guy up. And Garnacho, no, not even Garnacho. I think it's got to be Anthony because Anthony's rapid as well. Zinchenko hates like when someone's on the ball driving at them. I don't think Zinchenko likes it. I think he likes the fact that you see when they've got like the Bruno that will stop. He won't try to take him on. He'll just pass it back, maybe wait for a cross. I need to see Anthony cross more as well to Weghorst. That's what I need to see more as well because I think he'll be dangerous in the air against.
You think he's going to start? I don't think we start him though. I think if he starts, we're going to kill ourselves, man. Unless you want to get a good 45 minutes out of him. You know, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like Weghorst for what he does, but he's not suited for a game where you're going to get out possessed.
See,
you know what I mean?
See where you touched on something good, Corey. Yeah, Garnacho's a better dribbler than Rashford. Imagine what he can do to Ben White.
Yeah.
Imagine what he could do to Ben because he goes on the outside. He's happy to go on the outside as well as cut inside. Garnacho, Rashford.
Where's Rashford playing on the right?
No, left. Rashford should be the striker tomorrow.
Yeah, he should be.
Nah, I'm not sure.
Who you playing there then? Who you playing there then?
Weghorst is up front. Rashford on the left.
Why would?
Yeah.
Why would you play?
Go on then.
Why would you play Weghorst up front? I literally before you just came back, I just said to Corey, yeah, you play Weghorst up front. Weghorst is not the type of striker you want to be playing in the game where you know it's not like they got high, as in they're not a threat in the air. Typically Arsenal, that's not their game, you know. But they are very good at set pieces. Don't get me wrong. But he's going to be chasing it, and you're not going to be able to with Weghorst. You lose your counter.
You don't see the first half. You don't see the first half.
I like the way you press, but that's Palace. This is Emirates. It's a bigger pitch.
No, but we're talking about principles of what he did, the way he held up the ball, the way he linked up. You're gonna need that. You're gonna need an outlet. I'm sorry, Rashford is not an outlet. Yes, you can get him behind, but they've got pace as well. So we're doing pace versus pace. Is that what you're doing?
So there's a flip side to that coin, and I always say this, yeah. And he's not like Martial, he's not dynamic. So when he slows it down, it slows down. Yeah. Do you think we can hurt Arsenal when they're in their shape? If the answer's no, then you don't want Weghorst playing because you want to get at Arsenal as soon as possible, which annoys people.
I think we can put crosses in and Weghorst will hurt them.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so because
put any good crosses in.
Gabriel, their centre backs are good in the air. I'm not sure he's going to be bullying them like that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree, man. And it's just like you need to have their centre backs thinking of in behind them. With Weghorst, they're like, I know I don't need to worry about that.
Guys, there's two ways of play. There's two ways of playing, right? You either try and flood the midfield and try and get someone to hold the ball up and then release people and like just try and control the game. If that's the case, you play Eriksen, McTominay, Fred in midfield, Bruno on the right, and Weghorst up front, and you try and get hold of the ball. If you want to play on the counter, you play Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, or Rashford, Garnacho, like someone like that. And then you do it that way. It's just, what do you want to take a risk and play on the counter and just play end to end and fancy that you have a better day in front of goal than they do? Or do you want to try and get hold of the ball, someone that can keep hold of the ball and then play back from there? It's two different options. I don't see a scenario in which, like, you know, Rashford plays through the middle and Bruno plays on the right. I think you're either going one way or the other. You're either going to try and control and flood the midfield and keep hold of the ball, or you're just going to go like all out counter attack.
I'd rather go without counter attack.
Big facts.
Big up Lindsay L. Big up to you, my guy. Saeed, a pleasure to watch you grow, bro. Fantastic spirit. Let's hope for a W tomorrow. Absolutely, mate. Let's hope, man. It's a big, big game tomorrow. The thing is with me, I look at the game plan against Arsenal. You can still apply the same principles to against Man City. You can still apply the same principle to Arsenal because they are going to keep possession. They are going to press us up the pitch. They are going to make it tight. They are going to, you know, overload in certain areas. But with Arsenal, though, they are going to have more intensity. They're going to have more about them. There's going to be a bit more zip about them. They're not going to lose the ball as much as Man City did. This is where, for me, it's a case of risking. Do we take a risk or do we kind of like get ourselves what Fergie used to do? Fergie never went into a game and full on took a risk. He waited for the first 20 minutes, then the 30 minutes, and then kind of went in for the kill. Danny, what would you do? What would be the tactics for you? Compact, stay in shape? Go on.
We're going to be compact and stay in shape. The reason why, what we did against City, it won't work against Arsenal. The change that Pep made in the second half, remember in the first half, his fullbacks were wide, right? So our narrow front four, we outnumbered Arsenal through the middle. As soon as he inverted his fullbacks in the second half, that's when we got pushed back. That's how Arsenal play. Arteta's not going to make that adjustment in the second half like Pep. He's going to do that in the first half. And the danger with Arsenal, if you watch the Tottenham game, they were playing with a back five. Yeah. If you get Martinelli and Saka one-on-one, it's peak. It's peak for you. We can't let them get one-on-one. City.
I disagree. I completely disagree.
That's fine. We can get into that. But if you see City, their players cut inside. Only player they have who goes on the outside is Mahrez. So the way we played with Casemiro going into the back five and flooding the box, that works against City. They just go to the back post. You leave our fullbacks one-on-one. Less so Wan-Bissaka, but I saw what happened. There were moments in that first game where Malacia was on toast. Saka had him on toast. He recovered towards the end of the game, but football's about moments sometimes. 2 moments like that at the Emirates, we can be a goal or two down. So those same tactics will not work. We'll be compact about the football, but we need to be in a position to double up out wide defensively. Like, we can't leave them one-on-one. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And then going forward, again, it froze on my screen, so I don't know how it ended before. But those points about you either look to keep the ball or you counter-attack, what I would say to people is, what do you think is more likely? Do you think we've kept the ball effectively in the last few weeks or post the World Cup?
Not really.
So what makes you think that we're going to do that at the Emirates? Don't get me wrong. I know that's what Ten Hag would want to do, but it's more about what the players are capable of doing. And for me, whether people like it or not, and the facts back it up, Manchester United have scored the most goals in the Premier League from counter-attacks. We are number one. No one else has scored more goals on the counters than us.
Doesn't necessarily mean we're a counter-attacking team, by the way.
It just means our counter-attack is very, very effective. That's the aspect. We're better counter-attacking than we are being intelligent with the football and dominating possession. So it depends on you how you view it.
Big up to Troy, superstar. He says Arsenal's fragile and will implode. You are all overthinking. We play to win. Spurs rattled them. We have won many suspect games. We are dangerous. We are winning the league. he was going all right, and then he just kind of went, "We're winning the league." Like, there's no kind of middle ground.
What does he mean by Spurs rattled who? What does Spurs rattle?
I think with the Kane chances, isn't it? The and then Kulusevski in the second half, towards the end. I think that's what he means.
I know. I thought he said Spurs rattled them, as in like Spurs.
Yo, enjoy the boxing tie if you're there. Enjoy the boxing, man.
Is he here? He's gone to the boxing tonight.
No, he's probably gone.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's just watching it.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching it as well, man. Definitely, man. Big game tonight. But you know what it is though, James. You were gonna kind of challenge Danny on a point there. What was he gonna say?
Yeah, I'm just going to treat it a bit like an NBA game, right? And look at matchups across the pitch and then like look at matchups in the dugout, right? And I look at it and I think, right, so Nketiah against Varane and Martinez or Varane and Shaw, whoever it is, we win that matchup. So you want that matchup to appear during the match, right? I look at Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. I think they're two of the best one-on-one defenders in the league. I think they're phenomenal. So you put Martinelli and Saka against them, and I fancy us to come out on top there. You then look in the middle of the pitch, and you're like, right, Fred on Odegaard, you're like, okay, Odegaard could drop a shoulder, could get the better of him. So I want to avoid that matchup. I don't want to allow them to exploit that matchup, right? And then, so the midfield, they're going to generate, like they're going to boss, to be fair. But then you've got their fullbacks, right? If they do invert, which is fine, they can overload the midfield. They're going to win that battle anyway. You've then got Rashford and potentially Garnacho out wide, running against a Ben White that's going to be tucked in and a Zinchenko that's going to be tucked in. You can win that battle. You can exploit them because they've got pace to burn. And then you've got the forward battle of Weghorst against Saliba and Gabriel or whatever. They've got that matchup. Ten Hag versus Arteta, 50-50, whoever you prefer. So it's like in certain matchups, I think we beat Arsenal. In certain matchups, Arsenal beat us.
and you just want to direct the game more into the matchups that favour you. So we're strong in the centre. We're strong out wide. So I think actually defensively we're good. It's just if you give Odegaard too much space, I think we're in trouble.
Yeah, man.
Your AirPods have died, James. Your AirPods have died, I think.
Ollie Outers, man. God, see how easy it is to rattle Ollie Outers. So he took it on the chin, man. These man are rattled.
Yeah.
Who's Ollie in?
Man, you know what it is? Understand, I'm an enemy on this platform for certain people. Me and Saeed were going Ollie in, Ollie out, going to war.
Yeah. They still got you. They're still here for you, man.
They're forever scarred by those wars. Me and Saeed are over it. What was I going to say? So I agree with a lot of those points, but what Arsenal are going to do, in my opinion, it's not going to come down to individual battles. It's how they play as a team that's going to affect you. And their fullbacks are multifaceted. So against Spurs, for example, Ben White was inverted at times, but then he knew when not to be, and he knew when to make the overlap. And a lot of the time when he made the overlap, he weren't looking to receive the ball. He just wanted to draw a player away so Saka could be one-on-one. And Saka coming inside is different. So I think that's one way where they can still hurt us. In the midfield, it's not going to be individual battles. They're going to look to get the numerical advantage. They're going to outnumber us. Nketiah against Tottenham, for example, he was dropping in. There was times when you saw him on the halfway line, drawing Dyer all the way into midfield with him. These are the types of things that Arteta's going to look to do. So on the individual battle scale, I get it, but I think Arteta's tactics are going to make it more of a team battle. And that's where we could be a bit vulnerable for me.
Big up to Zayn Biassi, says, how did Spurs rattle us? We are not crumbling. We have one of the greatest attacks in the league has ever seen. Oh, man, Zayn Biassi, man. Listen, just enjoy the shisha tonight, man. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean. But you know what it is, though? Like, if I was just to ask everyone's midfield free, just going round, I'm going to say for me, it's going to be Eriksen, Fred, and McTominay. That's what I'm going to go with in the free. And then I'm going to play on the right. I'm going to play Bruno Fernandes.
Am I allowed to go next?
You know what? You know why I say that? You know why I say that? You know why I say that? It's because for me, I'm not sure if because of the way Zinchenko is playing, he's going to get in them pockets for me. We have to pack the
allow it.
now.
Allow it then. I don't mind it.
Sorry?
Do it. So you want Bruno and you want Weghorst up front. Is that what you're telling me?
I want Vegas up. We need a plan up front, by the way.
By the way, guys,
that's why I'm asking everyone, by the way.
That's why I'm
asking everyone.
I think did you hit?
What's your front three?
Nah, man. Nah, my midfield is, I'm just having McFruno, man. Just slap him in there. I don't trust Eriksen in this game. I'll be honest. If I'm gonna bring Eriksen in this, I'm not. I agree. I don't get me wrong. Like I like Eriksen. I'm glad he was a free. He's been okay, but we have to criticize players when it's due. He's not exactly had the best games. I mean, on the ball, Eriksen's great, but I'm worried about off the ball. And if we're going to keep talking about how off the ball, how worried we might be about Arsenal, then Eriksen don't make no sense for me. One thing that we're going to get our killer. But you can see when Man City were getting at us, Eriksen, look, we was there, bro. We was at the game. Like,
I know.
I can see it getting shifted, and he didn't bat an eyelid. But on the ball, he was very good. I'll give it to him. But for me,
that's what you need, though.
I'm not trusting Eriksen more than because I need a physical presence. I need a physical presence to deal with the Xhaka, and our only physical presence is actually McTominay right now. So, and we can't deny Xhaka at the moment this season being one of the best centre mids in the league and one of the most on form centre mids in the league. And he is very one-footed, and so is McTominay. So let's put the one-footers against each other. So for me, it's I just want to match them up as much like for like, use Bruno's energy as much as possible, and I'm gonna have to trust McFruno. I'm sorry, but my outlets are the front three.
What was that?
McFruno.
That chocolate? What is that?
Wait, what are you on about?
McTominay, Fred and Bruno.
Fred and Bruno, McFruno.
Sound like a McFlurry flavor or something.
Tomorrow it might be tasting good. You never know. We have to see in it.
No, but you know what it is, though.
I'm with you, though, Cass. I'm with you.
You're actually with him. You wouldn't play Eriksen
so
in the game.
This is what you need to look at the trend, right? So, and this is a concern, really. City, I want to say Eriksen started getting tired around 60 minutes. And because they changed their tactics, him and Martial marked Rodri out of the game. But once City inverted their fullbacks, that didn't have an impact anymore, right? When their fullbacks were wide, Eriksen could mark him out of the game. As soon as they inverted their fullbacks, it wouldn't work. So, and then after 60 minutes, because we got pushed back, Saeed, Eriksen was knackered. and he kept making mistakes on the counter attack.
Yeah,
I've heard people tell me he's Bruno's cousin when he feels like it, right? He wants to be his long distance cousin. So, let's be honest, people ignore that because of agendas. People ignore Eriksen giving the ball away. Let's be real, but we're balanced on here. So in the second half against City, that's why he came off, because he kept giving the ball away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Then against Palace, Said, come on, were you at the game, Said? Away?
No, I wasn't, but I watched it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He was done after 50 minutes.
I know, but this is the problem.
Not even an hour.
People, we need midfielders, man.
So in this game, it's likely he's going to be done by half time. I'll be honest with you. And it's a different game. What you saw City do in that first half, second half, you will see Arsenal try to do in the first half. They will run Eriksen ragged, in my opinion. Bruno Fernandes on the right wing. The only time I've seen it work was for 3 minutes against Fulham when Dalot hit the ball over the top. Bruno got onto it, and then we scored a goal. What game was that? Was it Fulham? I can't remember what game it was.
That was Fulham. I think that was Fulham, innit?
Was it Villa? Was it Villa?
No, it was a Fulham. It was.
No, it was Villa in the cup.
I was there, man. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Villa in the cup. Bruno Fernandes, right wing, after half, literally kickoff.
Oh yeah,
over the top. Villa in the cup. It don't work. It don't work. We need, and the thing is, Anthony turns up in big games. He has turned up in big games this season. He can carry the ball. Fine, he's not pace and power. He's not going to burn and leave man for dead, but he'll hold the football. Put Garnacho on the other side, we might be onto something. And don't underestimate, seeing that City game, carrying a counter-attacking threat is why our strategy.
Impact, man.
Hold inside. It's why our strategy, if you're going to concede the football, you need to be able to counter-attack consistently. It's as simple. You need to be able to. Otherwise, you just end up pinned back. Your players get tired, and you want Eriksen in the midfield side and Workhorse.
No. Eriksen will play in a certain zone where he.
By the way, I think you might be right, though. This is what I want. I'm not the manager. I think Ten Hag's going to do what Said wants. I'll be honest with you. That's what I think is going to happen anyway.
I think he'll probably play Rashford. He'll probably play Rashford and Garnacho and leave Anthony out. Maybe.
Listen, if he plays Rashford and Garnacho, then I'll be more comfortable with Bruno right wing in that situation. But Workhorse, I'll be less comfortable.
It's too slow, man.
You guys need to relax. We need a vocal point up front. Nah, I'm not willing for me to get up the pitch and then not have a vocal point up front where we can link players in and hold up the ball.
But you want Bruno on the right then? That means we got one.
No, but Bruno on the right is a tactical element though. To stop.
No, but you're counter-attacking your own tactics right now because you got your vocal element. Then why do you need Bruno on the right then? If he's your vocal point,
Zinchenko.
Yeah. Do you know what I noticed in the Palace game?
Man.
Do you know what I noticed in the Palace game? Workhorse, he's only just arrived, right? He doesn't go in behind when he links it up. He don't play it around the corner. He's not Martial. He's not going to spin and run. He pops it back into midfield. Let me tell you what Arsenal will do. This will come into existence, yeah? They will trap him, predictably make him go to Bruno, and you'll see Arsenal perfectly get back into their shape. We'll recycle the football. Side will be cheering. We kept the ball. Cool. Sideways. Keep it for a little bit. Then we lose it. We're back defending. But we kept the ball side. So you'll be happy. We won't keep it for long, though. I promise you.
I'm going to give you another scenario.
Every time we have the ball, I want to see a shot on goal. I want to see our team blistering pace going up forward. And I don't think Workhorse fits that. So if I don't want Rashford up top, but we haven't got Martial or Dalot. So
I think Weghorst will be very good and Elanga, someone like Elanga, dare I say Elanga, is going to be very good and vital if you're going to try to see out a game.
But say if he puts wingers either side of Workhorse, that's different. Just not Bruno right wing. That's what I'm saying, side. Just Bruno right wing, Workhorse, not wingers either side, then it's fine.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. Big up to Satinda says, would you start Martinez, Eriksen, Fred? I think we discussed that we wouldn't start Martinez in midfield. Guys, it's over 900 of you in the chat. Please smash the like button on the video. Tyrone, big up to Tyrone. He says, if Bruno is to be effective, he has to play central because he can get on the half turn. Anthony works hard when helping out AWB, and I don't think Bruno can track back like he does. Vital first half. That's a good point as well. The thing with Anthony, though, is and listen, I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's learning his game, but he is stopping a lot of the attacks, man. And I don't know if it's on purpose because Ten Hag doesn't go out mad at him. If Ten Hag was going mad at him for it, I'd say that Anthony's doing it on purpose, but he does stop some attacks. And I think for me, he's still learning what the team is. I think there's a point in the game where he needed to play Bruno in, and Bruno went absolutely ballistic. It went ballistic at Bruno, at Anthony. This is why, for me, in this sort of game, I can't afford that. And I think off the bench, I would bring off Anthony when the game is, let's say, 1-1 or 2-1. You've got a bit of. I just think sometimes Anthony might not play that ball first time, but at least Bruno will. And I think that in a game where we need to have that moment where we need to play that pass, I'd rather it be Bruno just for this game. Anthony, other games, but this is a very, very much important game where momentum is going to be key after this game because you never know how United turn out after this. So
I think this game's more suited to Anthony, especially when I play inverted. Like, if there's something that happened to Anthony a lot this season, he's been getting doubled or tripled up on, innit? So if you want someone to double up on him, cool. You might have to drag out a party, or you might have to drag out a Xhaka, create more space in the middle. That's what Anthony gives you, unless you're going to play Rashford on the right, which is going to take away your element of him maybe getting a goal unless he gets slotted in, maybe. A bit where I think Rashford might be better from the left, or you're gonna take a chance to put Garnacho there. But I'd rather Garnacho go on the outside because he's more clean than Rashford on the outside. So Ten Hag. Look, end of the day, Ten Hag said he's got a plan. We'll see the plan tomorrow, innit? So,
shout out to Charlie. That might be the
plan. Let me read his comment, Charlie. Big up to Charlie. Check out his channel as well, Fredman Chazo. Big up to everyone. Hope you're well. Hope to be back on YouTube soon. Percy will start Rashford at number 9 tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised to see all 4 of McTominay, Fred, and Eriksen and Bruno. And this is what I said. I said say that. And you know what I mean? And this is what I think sorry?
Just no workhorse.
Formation though.
No, sorry.
Sorry. The 4, I get what you mean. But then I would replace that with what do you call it? Weghorst up front. Yeah.
What does he
start? What were you gonna say, Corey?
What formation do you think we'll play then?
4-2-3-1.
If you want to see all 4 midfielders, I can't have Bruno on the wing. Like, Bruno.
But that's what he's saying. He thinks obviously Charlie can't elaborate because it's only certain characters. But I think what he's alluding to is the work rate aspect, right?
Yes.
So you'll see that midfield trio of Eriksen, Fred, and McTominay. It wouldn't surprise me. It's Ten Hag. He loves. People talk about no favoritism. He's got a favoritism towards Eriksen, and then you'll see Bruno right wing. But that's why, what you call it? I don't think he's going to change it to a diamond. He hasn't done that before.
Or does Bruno go through the middle?
But listen, Rashford up front with that's it's different then. But if it's
workhorse,
the madman up there once, where is he? He's up there on my screen. Workhorse up front with those 4.
Can I say something? Packing the midfield out and making it difficult to stop Arsenal is the game plan that we should be applying. I think going in gun-ho, I think 1-2-0 straight away. And it's like you're back on the front foot. And it's like, for me, you've got to get into the game and then kind of frustrate them and then build different angles. That's where I would go in. You know,
but you've also got to play to certain players' strengths, right? So if you want to play Weghorst, right, and I'm all for playing Weghorst through the middle. His strength, like someone said before, is he holds it up and he doesn't play it around the corner. He plays it back. He's very good at holding the ball up, laying it off, and he's not the man to make a run, right? So therefore, you need people either side who are going to make runs. So if you play Weghorst, you then have to play Rashford and Garnacho, or Anthony and Rashford, or Garnacho and Anthony, whichever one of them, because you've then got runners once Weghorst lays the ball off. And therefore, you have to play Bruno centrally because he's going to be the person that's playing the ball into the pacier players, right? And you have to play McTominay and Fred, whether people like it or not. He's not going to debut Martinez in the 6 role. He's not going to debut anyone else. Like McTominay and Fred have got a result in big games before. And people think we have to dominate the game or think we have to play a certain way. I can go back throughout 20 or 30 years of history, countless games where we've been outplayed and won, right? And yes, Casemiro's missing. It's a big miss, but Keenan Scholes were missing in '99. We won the Champions League. Darren Fletcher's was missing against that. Like, people have been missing, right? We got dominated by Barcelona over 2 legs in 2008, and we went and scored and dominated. Under Ollie, we got dominated by City. We went and won. David De Gea put on a masterclass save, 30-odd saves at the Emirates, and we went and won. So we don't have to dominate the ball and dominate the play to beat Arsenal. We have to take advantage of situations when they arise, and you need to play to people's strengths. So you need to play Weghorst. If you are going to play him, you need to play people that suit his strengths, and that's pace either side. So Bruno can lay it off to them, and that's where you can hurt Arsenal.
Can I add to that point, Said? Yeah. See what you want, Said. There's only one way it works. They're going to have to play precise football, concentration levels, no passes going astray, combination play. That's the only way Weghorst and Bruno works, in my opinion. And the midfield.
You're confident with that with McTominay.
Quality passing. That's the only way. There's no ball. You can't. There's no escape route. No ball over the top with just Rashford by himself. Arsenal were locked. So
there's
Said,
holes in everything, though.
So Said, if you're right, Said, we're going to see the best football in display from Man United with Workhorse and Bruno.
Yeah.
We'll see. Big up to Degs. He says, if you've seen Anthony's goal versus Arsenal, it was from a Rashford run. I think Workhorse making runs into the box will open Rashford and Anthony. He will be crucial. Big up to Troy Superstar. He goes, Anthony is just not good enough. And Ten Hag, not smart. Play Palestri from the bench. Start for Uruguay World Cup. It's about finding a way to win. Relax about this game. Palestri as well. Listen, I don't know, man. It's crazy. We're not even speaking about Palestri, but he has played in big games for Uruguay. You know what I mean? It's not as if he's not played in big games. But again, I think, for him to bring him in would be a crazy thing to start. Did Martial not travel? I don't know, man. I don't think he's fit, man.
No, he didn't travel. Him and Dallo didn't travel.
Sancho on the bench either, isn't it?
No, Sancho's not.
No, Sancho won't be around. You know what I mean?
Sancho didn't travel either.
He's going to play against Forest, and it's bait. So,
where else is F is slow? I think someone wants to talk about Anthony, but listen, Anthony needs time. But does anyone want to speak about Anthony? Is this a big game for him? Like, can he step it up?
I think this is the perfect. As I said before, I think it's a perfect game for him. If you don't want to play inside, cool. Let's use Anthony as the outlet. Maybe he might be key to this. That right hand side might be very key in allowing a lot more space for Rashford on the other side. So that is what it could be. Touchline, cool. Drag him out then. If you want to play inside, that's what I said. Xhaka or Partey is going to have to come inside and double up on Anthony. Someone's going to have to, and that disrupts their flow. So if they want to do that, that's cool. So Anthony doing that whole, he's going to be bait doing the inside pass. That might work. It might work. Look at who's there at Old Trafford. I think most of
the
us
Chelsea
anyway.
game,
the first game,
Chelsea game, Cass. He was so important.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's just certain games he's got good work rate. We're gonna need his work rate, It's just
his work rate is massive.
As long as he stops giving the ball away and he can do some link ups and stuff, it'll be good, man. Look, that Ten Hag knows his strengths at the moment. It will be a while before he probably adapts to a new way of playing that we need to play with. But right now, it is what it is, man. We pay for that money for that guy, and he's not a bad player. He's got okay return at the moment, and it's like again, it's just there's no point trying to kill this man off so early. He's only 22 years of age. Same age as Sancho. No one knows that. So
Big up to Tiang. Big up to Tiang Yang. He says Trossard is good, but it was under Potter. Once Potter left, he wasn't as effective. I do think Man United will beat Arsenal. When you deep it, United can win. Listen, I love the positivity, man, but I don't see the explanation there. So let me know what the explanation is there, mate. Big up to Troy. Superstar says, you're so right. Anthony killed so many attacks out. Danny, has he got a point there, or are we just kind of being too super critical of Anthony? Is Erik ten Hag tell him to do that? Because it seems as if he hogs onto the ball and then allows people to kind of get into space, get into the box. Sometimes it's effective. There's been a couple of times where we've actually sustained attacks. But what were you thinking, Anthony?
It's all of the above. It's not this either or thing. Can Anthony do better and perform better and do what the scouting report said, by the way, which is dig deep? We've seen him do that. Listen, his form, when we went on that run, we were playing Tottenham and Newcastle and Chelsea, he was playing well. People forget it. He was frustrating people, but he was still playing well. His ball security was really, really important for us. He was initiating attacks by cutting inside and going central, releasing it quicker. Then his form declined. And now his form declined, as per usual with our fan base, the knives are out. So now all of his flaws is all that he is. The worst version of him is what Anthony is. Like Wan-Bissaka. The worst version of Wan-Bissaka is what he is. Look at him now. Look at Wan-Bissaka right now. He's our best player against Palace.
New man.
Anthony,
best player right now for United.
I've said this before. He reminds me a lot of Nani, just the left-footed version. He's someone that's going to have to learn to be consistent. That's the key for him. Can you be a consistent performer? That's the dilemma for me.
I disagree with that.
He is a big game player. Why do you disagree on Nani?
Because Nani was a bit less predictable than Anthony.
I'm not talking about style of play. I'm talking up here. Okay. What makes somebody consistent is not what you think talent they have with their feet. It's in what's in here that makes somebody consistent. So when I talk about Anthony being like Nani, I'll give you an example. In that, I think in the Palace game, for no reason, I'll end it here, just as he reminds me of Nani in this way. Instead of just passing the ball sideways, he flipped his ankle like this, dragged it back 3 times, then played it sideways with the outside of his foot, leaning backwards. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what are you doing? Just lay it off. Why are you flicking your ankle and dragging the ball and leaning back with the outside of your foot just to pass it sideways? These are the things I'm referring to, Saeed, isn't it?
Big up to In Open Play says, listening to you, I can tell the only person who understands what they're up against is bottom right. Rest of you think you'll win just because you won at OT. Listen, you didn't hear my opinion, so I don't know why you're making that assumption, mate. So unless you came in the stream right now, but it is what it is.
You know what that person is there? That person there is just what you call a sheep, innit? Like,
now, you know that person there, I appreciate the contribution. Make another super chat, please.
Yeah. It's like, you know what you call them? Yeah, the guy's a sheep, man. Like, when you don't want to hear anything but what you want to hear. Like, them people that tell you what you want to hear. He's that sort of guy. Like, when you tell him what you want to hear, yeah, that guy must be definitely talking. So, see them people there, they voted Brexit. That's what I'm telling you now.
There's a
where did that come out, Kaz? Where did that come out of? That is so random. Like,
nah, it's just people that want to get told what they want to hear. That's the sort of dudes there, man. They're sheep, man. They feed into like the media and all this kind of stuff. Get their like brainwashed. It's cool, man. We've all been there, man. It's calm, innit? It's like it's what it is. But send another super chat. I appreciate the compliment for Danny, because Danny is a very smart person. But again, even
Tiang Yang says,
I'll be back in a minute. I need to laugh properly.
Big up to Tiang Yang says, if United can take the lead, Arsenal mentality likely to drop. And Troy Superstar says, need to see more Weghorst, Garnacho, and Palestri. Now that'll be in maybe Carabao Cup settings, man. That's not now, innit? You feel me? That won't be right now.
You got to remember, Arsenal are going to be scared of our counter attack as well, because they know. They felt it firsthand already, Arsenal on the counter-attack against them. So they need to remember that. And that's why I think it's going to be another little tactical thing with Ten Hag and Arteta, because I think depending on how we set up, depending on how they set up, we can get at their defence if we continuously counter-attack. If they play the way that they play against any other team like Tottenham, we will hurt them heavy on the counter-attack. But at the same time, if these guys try to sit, we're gonna have to look at Weghorst or those type of players to see if we can bang in a couple crosses and get some goals from there. Because I don't think Rashford is gonna be as effective as he should be unless we're on the counter attack. I think he won't be as good. And I'd rather play Garnacho in that position if Arsenal are not gonna push up all their wing backs and trying to do this madness, throwing all their players up.
Big up to Troy Superstar, man. Appreciate the love, man. Hope we win. You know what it is, though? Do you think, James, the team, I don't know, in terms of the numbers, the energy, the squad depth, what are you thinking about this team now, the energy-wise? Obviously, we played in midweek. Do you think they'll be up for it? Do you reckon we're going to be pumped for it? What's the feeling, the mood going to be like for this game? Because we looked a bit like jaded second half against Crystal Palace.
I think there may be one or two players that were physically jaded, but I think that was just a mental lapse, to be honest. I just think it was a lack of concentration and a lack of effort second half. I don't think it was a physical thing for a lot of players. Listen, if they can't get up for a match against Arsenal when Arsenal are leading the league by 8 points or whatever, then they can't get up for anything. So I would question the attitude of the players if they can't get up for it. They shouldn't need a rousing speech from Ten Hag. They should be ready to go. They shouldn't want them to win the league. They've not won the league since 2004 or whatever. Literally, they should want to be the people that stop them, that make them want to doubt themselves. They should want to be those people. And we're still in 4 competitions, so yes, we have got more problems with our squad than other people. Arsenal have gone and addressed things in the transfer window. We know that there's no money at Manchester United. So I saw your stream the other day, I think, and Kaz was rightly saying, what money? You were saying go and do stuff, and Kaz was saying with what money? You know what I mean? It's not there. So people want to listen to outlets and say, we're going to sign this person for this much and this person for this much. You'd be a lot less disappointed if you just read the actual facts, which is that Manchester United have no money. So we can't compete on that level. But then there is also the fact that we've got a manager in charge who we should trust. We've got a manager that knows how to rotate the squad. And if we weren't playing Arsenal, if we were playing someone else at the weekend, then you would trust him to rotate and us get a result, because that's what's happened before. He's brought in Maguire, he's brought in Lindelof, he's brought in Fred, he's brought in Wan-Bissaka, he's brought in Palestri, he's brought in Garnacho. He's brought in loads of people and we still kept clean sheets and still got results. And we're 10 or 11 games unbeaten. So Ten Hag is a very, very good manager and knows how to use his squad. The danger tomorrow is the fact that Arsenal's first 11 is stronger than our first 11. But they don't have much to come off the bench. I mean, they might have just signed Trossard in time, so they may have him. And Smith Rowe, an injury-prone Smith Rowe, is just coming back from injury. But apart from that, they were bringing Tomiyasu on at right back to change games. Like, they don't have anything off the bench. Like, you can talk about us not having anything, but their squad is really, really weak. So it's going to come down to the 11 on the pitch and the starting 11s, and that's where the danger is tomorrow. But I think for the rest of the season, we're going to struggle with squad depth, but so is everyone, mate. Don't buy into this myth that it's just United with poor squad depth. Where's Newcastle's? Where's Spurs's? Where's Liverpool's? Where's Arsenal's? Nowhere. We're not the only team that's struggling with squad depth. Only City and Chelsea have squad depth, and that's because they spend £600 million in 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Snake Eyes says 100% bottom right knows what he's talking about. He had some good points, but the brown hat also had some good points. Watch the Newcastle game
brown
first.
Hat, man. Shout out brown hat.
Yeah, big up
it's not brown. It's more like nudish kind of color, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. That's why you Snake Eyes. I understand.
That's Cass, by the way. That's Cass.
Yeah, that's Kaz. Yeah, that's Kaz from Never Foul.
You know what?
Snake Eyes says,
right, man. People can't read.
Bottom right, do you have a channel? Yeah, listen, he's on Spaces, man. If you want to catch him on Spaces, he's on there, man. Listen to him, 10-hour Spaces, whatever you want, man. Premium option, you know what I mean? Them man, I got it covered, man.
I said
you know
free, don't take the premium option.
Premium option, man. I see
pay-per-view Spaces.
Pay-per-view, man. You need to start bringing it out, man. I'm telling you.
I'll drop the link to my channel in it after when
definitely,
the video's
man.
gone up, I'll drop a link in it.
Definitely, man. Why do EPL like giving Arsenal training sessions on Sunday? Listen, man, we'll see.
That's top-rate banter, isn't it?
Yeah. Now we've got to give it these Arsenal fans. Tomorrow, word to grace, football is a humbler. Come on, you Gunners. You know what? What's the danger? Where do we have to stop? Corey, who are we looking out for tomorrow for Arsenal? Who are the danger man?
I think just Odegaard. I think Odegaard is their almighty savior right now. I think without Odegaard, their attack ain't flowing how it's been. I think Odegaard. I just think their midfield, they're three midfielders. I think those three are the most dangerous in the team right now. And you just give it to Saka. Like they pass the ball fast enough to let Saka have the one-on-ones. And that's why Saka's so dangerous, because he's good on one-on-ones. And that's more credit to Odegaard because he's so quick on the ball and he thinks so much on the ball that he allows Saka to get in these positions as well. So I think the midfield, if we can stop their midfield, it kills them. It will kill them. Martinelli and Saka won't have a sniff. I think Odegaard didn't play as well in the game against us. I think that's when McTominay had a good game and he was stopping Odegaard giving an attack, and it was only Jesus just hugging up the ball, trying to lay it off to somebody. When Odegaard didn't have the ball, you didn't see the attack flow as much for them.
I don't think we're gonna stop their midfield. Their midfield is going to do what they've always done. The only thing what we have to kind of just stop, as I've been saying, is just keep it compact in the middle and just let them go out wide. That's where our chances more. Let them recycle. Cool, man. They got inverted forwards who do like to run on the outside. So that's where it's going to be. That's where you need to rely on your fullbacks and maybe a centre back for good cover and just good focus. So their midfield is going to midfield. It is what it is. It's done. We've already lost that battle. I'm sorry, especially at the Emirates. So you have to respect Arsenal there. Just force them out wide, like City. You got to force them out wide. That's why I said I don't care if Zinchenko goes in the middle, the inside. They're going to dominate the midfield anyways. So let them keep doing it. It's not like their fullbacks can ping a ball over the top. They ain't got that ability. So. Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting, man. It's just there's not much more I can really add to the conversation.
You have to keep them honest. Because there's always a snowball effect in football, right? If you have to overcompensate in one area, you're leaving yourself weak somewhere else. Even if it means that they're getting a 3-second window to put balls into the box that can hurt us. I don't want them having a 3-second window. I don't want them to have. I'm glad Wan-Bissaka's playing because Martinelli had Dallo on toast last time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad Wan-Bissaka's in form, man.
And one thing I don't want to see, listen, if they get out wide and they score from an excellent cross, perfect cross, good finish, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no cutbacks. If I see a cutback, I'm going to be angry. Like, no cutbacks. I don't want to see us getting sliced through the middle. Don't give them anything. If they score, I want to see a well-worked goal where I go, hold my hands up. That's quality.
Yeah. Quality goal, yeah.
That's what I want
See,
to
I
see.
think that's the danger for me. I actually think the danger is coming like Odegaard's second goal against Spurs, and us just dropping off them, giving them too much space and a pot shot from distance. That's what they always tend to do. Xhaka usually does it against us. Like Partey hit the post with that one against Spurs. Odegaard does it. If you give them space, if Fred drops off Odegaard for even a minute and he doesn't give chance for Varane and Martinez to get out, then they do have people that can shoot from outside the box. De Gea may not get set on time, and I think they can hurt us there because I genuinely don't see them slicing us open. How many teams have sliced us this open when we've had Varane and Martinez playing at the back? One in City. Villa had 3 shots on target and scored 3 goals. So discount the Villa game. How many people have literally cut us open? We've conceded 5 goals with Varane in the team all season. We've conceded 2 goals since the World Cup finished.
You're right.
People don't cut us open. So Arsenal thinking they're just going to tear through us. They're not.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to Snake Eyes. It's Partey, Odegaard, and Zinni. HK says, no Odegaard. We hit 3 past Brentford. What are you lot on? And Troy Superstar says, guys, Arsenals are vulnerable. Watch the Leeds game. There's 2 games where they struggled. Newcastle, where they were compact, and obviously the opposite, where Leeds were just high energy, high press, and just caused them problems for 90 minutes. So there are areas where we can hurt them. There's a certain moment in the game where I've seen, Tottenham have a few openings. So we've got quality. We've got Rashford in form. We've got, off the bench, we've got Garnacho who can come in. So there is areas where we can hurt Arsenal. It's just that, again, how many times do we sustain attacks? That will be the key thing for me. If we can't be able to sustain attack, sorry.
Guess how we hurt them, say?
What?
Counter-attacking football, my brother.
Yeah.
Not this workhorse, pretty, keep it, hold on to the ball, counter-attack, Saeed. I remember I said this. Saeed's not, Saliba is not as good in the channel as people claim he is. You get in that channel and drag out Saliba tomorrow, see what happens. Just see what happens. That's what I'm saying. None of this pretty football. So Alex Ferguson style, let Arsenal have the football.
Yeah, always been though. It's always been the case.
See if they have any substance. What have you got? You're top of the league. You're the best team in the world. You're back to win the title again. You're at home. We're just Man United, man. No one cares about us. No one rates us.
Hated no, never ignored.
You got?
Yeah, 100%. So what was you gonna say, Kaz?
Nah, man, it is where it is, isn't it? It's just it's Twitter war. It's bragging rights tomorrow, isn't it? And it's like one of those where it's like I don't ever come off Twitter. I don't really give a damn. Tomorrow, if it does come down to it, then I'm coming off.
Yeah.
But you know what?
See, this is what bugs me a bit because football has become a bit more about not being bantered by your rivals and supporting your team. It's crazy. It's like no matter what happens tomorrow, win, lose or draw, Eric Ten Hag's done a fantastic job at Manchester United, right? And people need to not forget that. We could lose tomorrow and Ten Hag has still exceeded all expectations this season. It's like literally everyone was pro Ten Hag and pro Man United and we're in a great place. And then literally one booking and one wonder goal and people have lost their heads, mate. People have lost their heads we've had an absolutely awful season.
I don't think people lost their heads. I think people are just disappointed.
Look at social media. They've lost it.
For me though, it's not the fact that Arsenal fans are going to come. You got those deluded Liverpool fans and so forth trying to jump in on it when they're joined.
They're going to do it.
They're joined 8th.
I don't care about Liverpool. It's Arsenal. Listen, if you are heavy on Twitter like I am, it's going to be unbearable with Arsenal. I don't live in London no more. I don't have to worry about them locally like when I was.
Yeah, you don't live in London anymore.
I used to slap them when I was a kid anyway. It was fine when I was younger. I used to slap them up all the time. These days, it's Twitter what I need to worry about. So for 24 hours, 48 hours is going to be hell. But James is right.
Nottingham Forest.
I've been saying this. Once we play Arsenal, we've played City and Arsenal twice, and we have 18 games left to play in the season. 18. And like James said, who's really been hurting us? Look at our record against the big teams. Look at our record against the small teams. If it weren't for that blip at the start of the season, we'd be 4 points off Arsenal. I'm telling you now. Yep. So let's just get through this, see what happens, and then I'm sure we'll move forward. I'm sure we'll recover no matter what happens tomorrow.
Let's see, man. Let's see. Big up to Troy Superstar. We we play neat or ugly for the win. 3 points is the goal. Absolutely, man. 3 points is a goal. And we are going to get our predictions in. There's over 1,000 people in the chat. Kaz, let me know if we're on 500 likes, bro. If we're not on 500 likes, then it's going to be a disgrace.
It probably is a disgrace, man. You know what? It comes with the territory, innit? So if 407 likes.
Guys, let's get that to 500 by the end of the stream.
Right.
Predictions. I'm going for 2-2. Kaz, what are you going for?
Nah, man. I told you, I've been confident for this for a long time, man. But Arsenal's kryptonite, man. It's where it is. There's always them teams. I'm going 2-1 Man United, bro. I'm never, ever going to concede a defeat against Arsenal, ever. And I'll never predict Arsenal to ever beat us. We could have Elanga starting. No Rashford. I'm still going to predict a win. So, yeah, it is where it is. 2-1.
James, what are you saying?
3-1 United.
3-1. Damn.
Hey, well, back to back. I love it.
Back to back 3-1 over the greatest team that ever existed in the Premier League.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful. Let's hope. Danny, what are you telling me?
First of all, the middle of Classico. I've just seen your watch along thing come up on my YouTube. The middle of Classico.
Yeah, middle of Classico, man.
You know what? I predicted a draw for the derby, and we won. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm predicting a 1-1. That's what I'm gonna do. Innit?
Yeah, absolutely. Corey, what are you saying?
Saying 1-0. Just 1-0.
Oh, clean
1-0 to United.
Count on 1-0, and we just defend for our lives, and they get frustrated from it.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. In open play, man, supporting the channel, and you lot got all in your emotions talking about sheep and Brexit. Jeez, man, relax. I didn't really say anything that deep. Yo, listen, don't worry, man. I want to apologize on behalf of Kaz. Kaz said something wild, and I'm sure he regrets saying that.
Yeah, Kaz is like the drunk.
See one thing let me tell you for free. Yeah, there's one thing I'm never gonna do is stop being myself.
The drunk uncle.
No, bro. I didn't say yourself. I never said that, bro.
I don't need
to. Never stop being yourself.
It wasn't that deep, but it's just
listen, so Kaz is the drunk uncle in the family. Don't take it.
I don't even take it. It's haram, innit? So I don't do that stuff. It is what it is.
But shout out to
big up Kaz, man.
Big up, man. Big up. What's the guy's name again? Hey, in open play, man. It's calm, man.
In open play, man. Big up.
We were just having an open play discussion, and I think I won that one still.
Yeah, there you go, man. Kaz, never a foul. Let them know, man. What you got going?
9:45 in about 40 minutes. Mo's running a Saturday review. We're gonna be talking about how bad Liverpool are and the rest of it, man. And I'm pretty sure a Chelsea fan who went to the game can tell us the middle of Classico and maybe some other stuff. You know, it is what it is, though, man. But big up, though.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big up to James. Make sure you go follow him. Big up to you, mate. You're going tomorrow, aren't you?
It's touch and go at the moment, mate. I think I've got a ticket. I think I'm driving down tomorrow, so fingers crossed I am. But yeah, if anyone wants to follow and stuff, Football and Fitness United on YouTube, football stuff, fitness stuff, talk about Brexit, sheep, all that kind of stuff. So give me a follow.
There you go. Big up to Troy Superstar, 3-1 United, Veghorst and Garnacho to score Rashford as well. Big up to Danny, Devils in the Details on Twitter. Let them know, man.
Yeah, catch me on Twitter. I'm not bullying people like Saeed said earlier on in the stream.
But you are a bully, though.
Educational, constructive space. No, it's barbershop settings. You get in a space.
Yeah.
Barbershop. It's barbershop. You can handle it
barbershop.
But on YouTube, a bit more calmer. Yeah, I do tactical analysis on my YouTube channel. I'm a nerd like that. Those are the things I like to do. So yeah, you can catch me doing that.
There you go, man. And big up Corey as well, man. Big Six Bands. Let them know, man.
Yeah, man. Catch you on Big Six Bands. Just hit 3K. Doing good things there. Come and join. Just hella banter, talking about all these rival teams. Just hella smoke in the chat all the time. And catch you on Twitter and Craig Corey as well. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me as well.
Absolutely. Big up to the chat as well, man. I don't know if someone's got the link for the little combined preview we did, me and Premsy TV. Rondo64, anyone that's a mod in the chat, put the link in. Everybody go to that link, man. We did a video outside Old Trafford, combined 11, Arsenal versus Man United. So go check that out, people. And yeah, man, big up to everybody, community. Tomorrow, big game, man. So I'll see you there tomorrow. Watch along. It's going to be carnage, man. We need you out there. We need your support, man. Man United, Arsenal. It's going to be war tomorrow. Social media, house, wherever you are now. It's going to be war tomorrow. So let's have that war attitude in it. We're out. Take care. Bye-bye.